Could people that say they love you or that you love so much hurt you so bad? You was my favorite uncle at this time. You understand? Why you choose me? What about me made you want to come and stand in front of me and play with your dick?
Well, Joanne, I really feel like you was just the one who caught him. And we all feel that way. If Ashley was here, she would say the same thing. Like, we all always felt that way. Like, we all, you know, all of us, me, Ashley, all of us, we always believed you because we like, he's a fucking creep. He was a fucking creep.
But it's okay for y'all to, but your mama...
Yeah, but of course mommy gonna sit up there and play
like
the
fight, play the thing because
man,
yeah,
she was born with this man, she been rocked with this man.
Just
you
like
know,
if she say something,
you're absolutely right, and she, man,
you gotta think about like your too. If your son was coming to you and say something that she did, not saying that it happened.
No, because we've had that situation.
Being as though that she's been in that situation, the first thing, she on it.
Me and her got into it, but at the end of the motherfucking day, you ain't got to tell. If my sister come to me and said, I literally beat the fuck, because that's my sister. You understand what I'm saying? And she ain't got no reason to come to me and lie. You my mother. You are my mother. Up until 14 years of my life, I ain't never lied to you. You choose your brother to tell me I'm lying about? So what y'all doing that I don't know about? That's where my mind went. You understand what I'm saying? That's where my daddy's minds went. That's why my mother thought that it was like a separation between them two. But in my worst time, in my hardest time of my life, man, you left me for dead.
But see, Joy, you gotta realize that a lot of black families,
older black families,
you gotta realize
they don't think that they don't think that our people do stuff like that. And it's sad to think that, but that's just what it is. Like, okay, I grew up in a household, my aunt and my grandmother raised me. And my grandmother's boyfriend molested me at 12. He molested me at 12. So no, he didn't physically penetrate me. He did it with his fingers.
And that's what people don't understand because
he did it with his
physically
fingers.
a dick.
My grandmother's boyfriend.
That's a tarnishing
I was 12
moment.
years old. Y'all remember the old school nightgowns? You could see through them. I was 12. I was always tall for my age. I wasn't very shapely, but you see my daughter. My daughter's built. Okay. So I was in the house, laying in the bed, sleep. Kind of similar to your story, but when he jumped on me, he didn't like leave and come back. It was nobody else at home. But he was so big. He was a big guy. When he held me, by me being so small, he held my two little arms with one of his hands by himself. While he feeling on me and pulling on my clothes, I'm screaming and hollering, but there's nobody in there. I ran outside, 12 years old, with a ripped up nightgown. My nightgown was ripped. Down in my vagina was torn from his nails. She still told me I was lying. So I said that to say, like, a lot of black families don't think that, you know, that happens in our households. It's not just white people.
That's what she said. That's
you know
what
I'm
she
saying?
said.
That's white people shit.
That's exactly what she said. This don't happen in our family.
Exactly.
This the type shit happen on TV.
Yes, it does.
Watching too much TV.
Yes, it does.
TV gotta get it from somewhere.
Well, she told me that he didn't do
somewhere.
it, and I told her that he did, and clearly once, you know, they saw the scratches and things on me, they arrested him. But I live with my aunt and my grandmother. My mother was roaming the streets getting high. But it's so sad because she only lived 6 doors up. 6 doors up. And I barely ever seen her. So, you know, all that was going on, and I told her about it. And by her getting high, my grandmother, you know, talked to her and told her that it didn't happen. I don't think that happened, this. But then she was telling her, like, she don't lie. You know, like, she's not a lying child. Yeah.
Oh, that's
but see, my mother was getting high at the time.
So ain't nobody really gonna believe.
So, really, you know credible. What I'm saying? So they going back and forth. She not really in a position to take me out of the home. Because you running the streets. You're not going to be able to watch and care for me. So, you know, she just went with the flow. And it was just like, well, she there. They saying it didn't happen, this. And it was just, you know, out of sight, out of mind. But he did go to jail. Okay. No, it ain't last that long. He went for about a year. Being as though that they had custody of me.
It's 2 of them.
You know how
I know,
by them having custody of me, when it happened and they wanted to interview me or wanted me to come into the court, they told the prosecutor and them that I was too young and they didn't feel like I needed to be in the court. They did whatever they did. They let him out of jail. And when they let him out of jail, I never forget this day. Never fucking forget it. He came home April the 27th, 2011. I will never fucking forget it, like ever. So he came home, and the house that they had, it was a 3-story house. I came home from school. I could hear him, just him walking. I could tell how he walked.
That was my uncle.
I could hear him. And when I heard him, I just like got this scared little feeling and was just looking like, why is he here?
Why did they let him
Look,
baby?
not to cut you off, but how can I be your child? You tell me go upstairs, and you tell my uncle go downstairs.
Oh, I
and
know.
that's the end.
I didn't even
Like
give
they
you the
got into a
words.
fight or
She
something.
signed paperwork saying that he wasn't even supposed to be within 25 feet of me, or let alone she let him live in the home.
And you just supposed to walk by.
And in the midst of him being in jail, they found out that he had raped this lady in Boston and killed her. And the lady looked like me. She looked just like me.
So you was infatuation, like you
I
was
was
your type of woman.
You
fucking
fetish.
literally creeped the fuck out. Like, that's a very creepy feeling. But one day, she didn't know I was in the house, and I happened to be walking downstairs. This the house on Parkwood, the house you've been to. I walked downstairs, and I was upstairs on the second level. She was on the first, and I could hear her talking on the phone, and she was telling them, like, he ain't do that to her. She was like, I'm a grown-ass woman, and I can't even handle his dick. So I know that he didn't fuck her. I never said that he fucked me. I said that he took his fingers and he penetrated me with his fingers. And you clearly knew that because I was all scratched up down there. What was going on? It wasn't like I was a child that played with myself. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, where the fuck did them scratches come from? So, you know, all that happened. He came back. She didn't even tell me he was coming back, you know, warn me that he was coming back in the home or nothing. He just was there. So I got to the point where I would sleep with a knife under my bed.
How old were you? That's how I used to say.
Probably was about 14, 15. But then when I was 14, I met my daughter's father. My daughter's father was 19, and I was 14. His mother and them didn't care for me, and I really didn't understand it then, but it was our age difference. But he was nurturing and kind of like a father figure to me, because my father wasn't around.
That's where.
And he did everything for me.
That's where JR came in.
Right. So,
I don't know if you remember JR Asia, but
I
that's where
started,
he came
like,
in.
they liked him a lot. He had a little job. He was a nice guy, so they would let me stay with him on the weekends, which I was happy as shit to leave on the weekends, because I could actually sleep. God, never forget it. One night, he came walking through the house. I was supposed to go, but my boyfriend didn't come get me. All the lights was out in the house. It was the middle of the night. And he was like a creepy, like, creep around the house. But the house is old. When you walk, the floors and shit screech. Yeah. So I heard him. And I just was laying there, but I was facing the window, and he couldn't see me. This motherfucker stood in my doorway and just stood there. And you could just feel him breathing. So I ain't say nothing for a while. I just let him stand there to see what he was going to do or if he was going to come in. And when I just got tired of him standing there, I said, you thought I was asleep. I said, I'm not asleep. And if you come here, I'm going to stab you. He walked off, went on about his business. He was very close to Shawan's little sister. I never asked her if he touched her.
And
But,
it won't go no further than this word.
you know, all of the things that he used to do with me, he did with her. Like, he would take me to the store, buy me candy, you know, walking from the store, have you around his neck, little stuff like that. But this was for like years, so it was like he pretty much was nurturing me to be what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? What he wanted me to be, and then he just, it's crazy. Well, he wound up dying. He got a flu shot. It's so fucking crazy because I always said that whatever happened to him, he would die of a painful death.
My uncle.
So, because one day I said that I would sit down and I was going to ask him, why did he do it? Never got the chance to do that. Okay, so he got a flu shot, and he got sick from the flu shot. This motherfucker, it's a 3-story house. He wound up falling from the top of the steps all the way down to the bottom. Broke his neck. He died.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Fuck, I was with it. Look, so my grandmother called me when he died, and she said, you know Mr. Boo died. I'll pull the phone.
Why did you call me?
Okay.
Right.
So she said, I just wanted to know if we could put you in his obituary as one of his grandkids.
You?
Me. This bitch right here. Yeah. And
Same
I just
way
was
you felt
like,
about Cam going to your Uncle Fernand's.
exactly. And I looked like,
You said tripping.
Like, why would you even play with me
You
like that?
said tripping.
this is the
Grandma.
first time I ever disrespected
auntie.
my grandmother.
Oh, your
Don't
grandmother.
say no shit
I
like
said,
that
check
to
this
me.
the fuck out, bitch. I don't know no motherfucking grandfathers that's fucking their grandkids. Don't put me in his fucking obituary.
That's
And I
how
left
I
it at
feel.
that and I hung the phone up. I hadn't seen her in like a few years because she moved from out of that house into her own little place. She always says, like, I know that he didn't do that to her. So now I know why she said that.
Because they was fucking.
He had HIV. So that was why she said that she know that he didn't penetrate me. Because
if
he had because if he did, I would have
right.
it.
But not
But
if he's
I told her
even still,
verbatim
he
what he
touched
did
me.
to me. I never told her that he took his thing
Why
and put it in me or nothing.
Sorry for cutting you off, but what I do when people say, that's why I say my book is called Mentally Raped.
Mm-hmm.
Because a person can rape your mental without ever touching you. And when I say that, I say this to say, my uncle fucked it up for every man that came after him. You understand what I'm saying? And my mind is, if you love me, how could you do this to me?
And
If you tell me you love me, how could you show me certain things and then take it back? If you, because my father loved me. You understand what I'm saying? My father, I know my daddy loved me. My daddy would put his life on the line. He loved me. You my uncle. You told me you loved me. You washed me up. You understand what I'm saying? You done washed us sleep. You done put us on your back, on your neck. And you love me. Playground us. You love me. And you come and you don't love me. How could you, Doug, say that you love me and you raped me? You got me pregnant and left me. And left me with a woman that you didn't even know that I hated. That had to take care of me when I didn't want her around me. You didn't love me. So for every man that came after them, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care how much you love me, how much you say you love me. My motive is to hurt you before you hurt me. And it has always been until 2 months ago. When I prayed to God and I said, my God, Father God, you have to take this side of me. Because my life ain't right. It ain't right. When I was with my fiance Wilbert, he loved me. And it take me right now to this day to realize he loved me. You understand what I'm saying? Out of all my wrongs, he in prison. He in prison. He come home next year. He loved me, and I did so much shit to this man. You understand? And he still was there because he genuinely loved me. You understand? I put this man through hell because of what my mother and my father took me through. You understand? Not willingly or not knowingly, but y'all fucked me up. So 2 months ago, God confirmed to me that I needed to go to my mother. And I didn't go to my mother by herself. Because I want you to know, my oldest sister, she made my oldest sister hate me because I hated her. She made my oldest sister not like me because my oldest sister, in her mind, couldn't understand why me and my mother fought or why we fussed so much. She just couldn't understand it. So it was like, what's wrong with y'all? So I took my mother to her. I said, I need to talk to you. And I sat her down in my sister's room and I said, you want to know, Monique, for all 14 years I've hated mommy. My mother, like, it was a surprise to her. It was. You know? No, not like, but it was. You know, she thought that I was just this. Because in my mother's mind.
But she didn't know why she hated her.
Shawnee, wait. In my mother's mind, it was like, what she did was okay. Like, she didn't see the wrong in what she did. She didn't see the wrong in telling me that I'm lying. She didn't know, like, if it was an act, my mama a good-ass actor. Because it's like she really do not know that she hurt me, telling me that I was lying. So when I took her in my sister's room and I talked to her, to my sister, she sat there like in a puzzle, like, that's why you fought me? That's why you cussed me out? That's why you did the stuff that you did? That's why you ran away? That's why you hurt me, Mom. Wait, you hurt me, Mom. You made me hate you. But I can't keep hating you. I can't. I have to forgive you. And this is
The
from
only way.
God.
That's the
This
only
ain't
way.
from me. This ain't from no